You've heard how young Albert Ramsbottom, in the zoo up at Blackpool one year, with a stick with an horse's head handle, gave Lion a poke in the ear. The name of the lion was Wallace. The poke in the ear made him wild, and before you could say Bob's your uncle, he'd up and eaten the child. But he was sorry the moment he'd done it. With children he's always been chums, and beside he'd no teeth in his noddle and couldn't chew Albert on gums. He could feel the lad moving inside him as he lay on his bed of dried ferns, and it might have been the little lad's birthday. He wished him such happy returns. But Albert came kicking and fighting till Wallace arose feeling bad, and feeling it was time he started to stage a comeback for the lad. So with his head down in a corner, on his front paws started to walk, and he coughed and sneezed and gargled till Albert shot out like a cork. Old Wallace felt better directly, and his figure at once became more lean. The only difference with Albert was his face and his hands were all clean. Meanwhile, Mr. and Mrs. Ramsbottom had gone home to tea feeling blue. Ma said, "I feel down in the mouth like." Pa says, "I bet Albert does too." Says Ma, "It just goes to show that what the future is never revealed. If I thought I was going to lose him, I'd not had his boots soled and healed." "Let's look on the bright side," said Father. "What can't be helped must be endured. Every cloud has a silver lining, and we did have young Albert insured." A knock at the door came that moment, as Father these kind words did speak. 'Twas the man from the Prudential. He'd called for their twopence per person per week. When Father saw who had been knocking, he laughed and kept laughing too. That the young man said, "What's there to laugh at?" Pa said, "You'll laugh and all when you know." "Excuse him for laughing," said Mother, "but really things happen so strange. Our Albert's bayonet by a lion. You've got to pay us for a change." Said the young yellow fella from the Prudential, "Now come, let's understand this. You don't mind to say you've lost him?" Ma said, "Oh no, we know where he is." When the young man had heard all the details, a bag from his pocket he drew and paid them with interest and bonus the sum of £9 4 and 2. Pa had scarcely got his hands on the money when a face at the window they see, and Mother said, "Ee, look, it's Albert." Father said, "Aye, it would be." Young Albert came in all excited and started his story to give, and Pa said, "I'll never trust lions again, not as long as I ever live." The young fella from the Prudential to pick up the money began, and Father said, "Hey, just a moment, don't be in such a hurry, young man." Then giving young Albert a shilling, he says, "Pop back and go to the zoo. Here's your stick with the horse's head handle. Go and see what the tigers can do."